Hey, it's David with Ready. Today I want to show you how to upload your own assets into Ready and the awesome stuff that you can make when you put your own pictures in. So if you look here at the Ready community area, I'm going to draw your attention to a couple of things that were made by users where they uploaded their own assets. So take a look at this game here. It's called Coastal Lifeguard. And when I load this game, I've got this kind of endless runner where I need to avoid these sharks and save the swimmers. And the sharks are not part of the Ready sort of custom asset area that we give you. This user uploaded the sharks. Notice how the guy rowing the boat, his oars will change. So all of this was uploaded. I didn't do very well here, but all this was uploaded by a user, and it makes for a pretty awesome experience. So how exactly does this happen? I'm going to teach you now how to upload your own artwork into Ready and then make your own project. So this all begins by doing Create New, and we're into a blank project. And this is, as you know, the standard area where you can drag, something we offer you. We offer you about 700 pieces of art. But you might say, well, I don't want to do that. I want to upload my own artwork. And if I click Upload Artwork, it immediately brings me to a place where I can begin to upload something. So let's go ahead and do that. The question is, what should we upload, and how do you get an image into your computer? Well, I've got a couple of little things just saved here. So I can potentially double click in and I can potentially find, for example, an asset, right? So this is a leaf, and if I finish and save, now in my own library, you'll find that I have something called leaf, which is what I called it. And if I scroll down and drag it in, sure enough, I've uploaded a leaf. So with this very basic mechanic, you can really do an infinite number of things. Now the trick is, as you can see here, this leaf really is cut out as a leaf. And this is where things get a little interesting. You can't just upload any old picture because it may come in as a rectangle instead of a cutout leaf. So how do you fix that problem? Let me go ahead and show you what I mean by all of this by pulling open for a second the browser here. And I'm going to give you an example of this issue and how to fix it. So I went ahead and searched for ice cream cone. It's just a Google image search. This is a great way to find stuff to put into your Ready projects. And let's say I like this image here. And you can see it's an ice cream cone. So I'm going to view the image. Now I have a nice version of it. I now save the image. And I'm going to call it ice cream. And I'm going to save it right to my desktop. Done. Let's go back to Ready. And let's go ahead and upload that ice cream cone. And there it is, right on my desktop. And let's call it ice cream. Let's finish and save. And very quickly, if I go back here, I find, and again, these are my own personal things that I've uploaded. If I scroll down to ice cream cone, or for that matter, I might be able to search for it up here. So I'm going to drag this in, right? Now notice what happens when I drag in this ice cream cone. You'll see here there's actually a white background around it. Let's make it more obvious by tinting the background on this scene, just so you understand the problem. There we go. Now, when you thought, oh, you're going to bring in an ice cream cone, you probably thought it would be cut out like this eyeball in this leaf. And the answer is it's not. So this is something that's true for all images. Most have a background around them, some do not. So there's a neat little trick. There's a free photo editor. I'm going to show you this on desktop. It works for PC and Mac. Then separately, I'll show you how to do this on mobile, on Android and iOS. But let's just start with Mac. So go back to our ice cream cone. I went ahead and downloaded that. We need to remove the white background that's around this thing. So let's go to this free editor called Pixlr, Pixlr.com. And it has this nifty little photo editor which runs in Flash right in your browser. It's free. I highly recommend it. Open image from computer is what we're going to do. And we're going to go to the desktop, wherever that is, right here. Thank you. Open the ice cream cone image from before, and this is the problem. Now you can really see there's a white background around it. We got to remove this whole white background. How do we do that? There's a magic wand tool right here, and I click on it, and then I tap, and it auto detects. As you can see, it kind of picked up, unfortunately, some of the white in the ice cream itself. Boo. But it auto detects this white part. I'm just going to keep rolling with this. you have to invert the selection. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So invert selection. And now it's basically selected this ice cream cone. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And I'm going to say create a new image. And it's going to do it from the clipboard. So create it from the clipboard and make it transparent. All right, I hope you're following all of this. And now I hit OK. And lo and behold, we now have a cutout ice cream cone. And the universal symbol of this is this checkerboard pattern behind it. Let's go ahead and export or save this revision. We can have it be JPEG, or you can do PNG, which is what I prefer, transparent full quality. And let's call this picture, something like ice cream alone, meaning we remove the background. I hit OK, and look, we're going to save it to the same spot on the desktop. Let's go back to Ready, and let's remember the initial problem we had, right, which was this guy has this background. Let's go ahead and upload the new guy. And we're going to upload it as a separate thing. Just call it Ice Cream 2. Finish and save. See how fast this is. And then now, when I scroll down, by the way, let's just search for ice cream. All right. So let's drag in Ice Cream 2. Look at the difference. Ice Cream 2 is kind of what you thought it should be, right? It's an actual ice cream cone. And the difference, of course, is monumental, right? If I were to give a, let's just give a behavior to this leaf just to show you the difference. I'm going to give it a drag behavior. Drag. Turn on physics on this eyeball. Let's hit play in our little scene. Was it the leaf, I mean. Notice you see the way the leaf collides against this rectangle? Now look at the difference with the ice cream cone. So this is the difference between what we call a sprite, which is what the ice cream cone here on the right side is, and something that's really not a sprite. Okay? So now you have a good sense of how to do this on a desktop. For those of you on mobile and are like, well, how do I do this on a mobile browser or on a mobile anything? Get ready for a little context switch. We're going to move over to a mobile context. I'm going to go ahead and hide Chrome. I'm going to hide this desktop version of Ready. And in this black world of ours, I'm going to find my iPhone, which should be right over here if I did this right. Hold on, there we go. Okay, you should now see, believe it or not, this is Ready on my iPhone. So I'm now controlling Ready on an iPhone, broadcast onto a Mac, which is how I'm recording this whole thing. So very familiar, you see what's going on. But a different world. Let's go ahead and try to do what we just did with the ice cream cone, but let's do it using the mobile browser. So I close out already, and as you see here, this is an iPhone. Works the same on Android. And let's do the same search now. Let's do ice cream cone. No thanks, Twitter. I don't believe this. Sorry, guys. Such are the vagaries of alerts on your phone. Thanks, Twitter, for whatever that was. Ice cream cone, as I was saying. Go ahead. Okie dokie. And we do images. This is super fun on the phone, right? So here we are. You remember this? This looks exactly like we saw. Let's go for a different ice cream cone this time. Maybe we'll do this nice green one. So I tap it, and now it's up on my computer screen, right? And look what I do. I tap and hold it. And it says Save Image. This is on an iPhone. Pretty much the same thing on Android. Save Image. And now it's in my camera roll. I've downloaded this free and very handy app called Magic Eraser. You should just get this thing for free in the App Store. Magic Eraser. As you can see, it's loading right now. So using Magic Eraser on my iPhone, I have to sit through, a little bit of an ad, which is how we all have to make money, people. So it's okay. And as you see here, here are pictures from my camera roll. And I tap on the ice cream cone. And now we got to turn it into that version without the white background. That's why we're doing this, right? So I'm not even going to bother cropping it. I'm just going to hit done. And now it brings up the same kind of experience. You see that orange magic wand on the bottom left? It's default selected. Just tap once and presto. It's even faster on mobile than desktop. Isn't that cool? Your cone is now cut out. Let's hit save. We got to save this thing. And again, you want to save it as a PNG, transparent background. I do high resolution because it looks good. And now It's saved to my camera roll. I go back to Ready, and Ready loads. And this time, I'm in the same account, by the way. My account happens to be called Ready. I'm going to hit Create New, and I'm going to upload artwork from my phone. So now we're doing this on the phone, and you'll see there's some switching from portrait to landscape. Handles it pretty nicely. And sure enough, the first thing in my camera roll is these ice cream cones. And remember, the last one is the one we cut out. The one right before it should be the one without the cutout. So let's go ahead and pick that. I'm going to call this guy Ice Cream 3 because I think we already uploaded a bunch of others. Finish and save. And now again, this is all happening on a phone, not on a desktop. Hit Ice Cream. Look how smart our system is. It actually has all the other ones. Oh, boo. Sorry, guys. Ice Cream. Try that again. And let's grab the one we just made. And no thanks, Slack. I don't need that notification. Sorry, guys. Such is the life of a phone. No. Okay. And let's tint the background. Remember before we did that, just to show you. Yep. So there you are. You now have an ice cream cone in Ready that you uploaded. And from here, you can do all kinds of amazing stuff. Save this project, etc. And the last little bit we should point out, which I think is worth understanding, is that after all of this effort, you can then share what you make to the world, right? And the sharing, of course, is super fun. So let's just do one quick thing, and this is our last little moment. I'm going to switch back to Ready over here, and I'm going to hide Ready on the phone. So I know a lot of magic going on here. This was the thing we were doing just a minute ago. I'm going to abandon this project now that we know how to upload assets and do the final little piece. So every one of these projects here, remember we were looking at this coastal lifeguard project? What's cool about it is then you can share it, and from here we can go back to, say, the browser, and I can paste that link from Ready, and the next thing you know, anybody can play your game anywhere in the world with your own stuff in it, right? So we've just gone through something pretty magical here. You uploaded your own stuff, and you save your project because it's totally awesome. And then from there, you basically say to the world, you know, why don't you take a look at what I made? And so with this thing, it's called a WebGL player, and it can take a little bit of time to load, as you see, but it's pretty smart, and it went and fetched now this particular project. And lo and behold, we're now playing inside the web a Ready game. And so here we are. It totally works. Whoa. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be any better at playing it. But look at what we're doing now. We're playing inside a browser. This is quite remarkable. And it means that in the end, you can go ahead, and I'll show you some of what I've been seeing. You can go ahead and start publishing your own Ready projects onto a blog. And so what we see here are literally ready-made projects with custom-loaded assets embedded directly into a blog. You can do this on WordPress, you can do it on Squarespace, you can do it on Wix, any number of things. So that's a tour of self-expression and having fun with Ready, uploading your own assets. Happy making, and if you do something, please tweet to us at GetReadyIO with your project. Thanks so much, and enjoy.